This is going to be how to effectively set snare traps. First, walk your fence line where you know hogs can be or where you suspect they can be. Find a spot like this, heavily traveled, lots of tracks, and break down each print that you see. So there's some deer tracks, there's some raccoon tracks, and some coyote tracks. But I don't see any hog tracks, and they lead to this hole. If you don't see any tracks for your desired animal, they might still be going through there, but not enough for you to set a trap. Okay, I found a good trail path, and one way to check if you see prints, another way to double check it if they're coming through, is check these posts for hair. If they have their hair through them, then they're going through it. What you're gonna do after all that checks out is look around and make sure you have a post that's nearby. So this is gonna be good enough to where it won't move if they pull on it. I've got my supply bucket here, and I'm gonna need to grab a new snare trap, one of these clasps, and a little bit of chain. Okay, what you're gonna do now with your stuff is grab the chain and the clasp, wrap it around this post, unscrew this clasp, and just separate, and then hook part of your chain in, then grab your trap end, the part that hooks onto this chain, get that in there, then get the other half of the chain in, just like that. Then you're going to screw it back together. What you do now is you get the end of this trap and open up that loop big enough for a head, a pig head. All right. Then you'll get a little twisty tie like this from like a bread package and get down. Depending on how low this bottom one is, you'll either put it here or here. This is low enough to where they won't try and go up this second one. They'll just squeeze under it. So in this case, I'm gonna put it right here. If it was lower, then they would step over it and squeeze between these two. And in that case, you would put it here. All right, now you're gonna get it positioned right here, and in order to hold it up, you're gonna get this tie and then just twist it around it so it stays. These ties are good to use because it'll hold it up, but it's not strong enough to keep it there. Whenever they pull on it, it'll break this loose and the trap will go into effect. In order to make this hole bigger, just pull this back. Make it smaller, just push it in. But about a foot in diameter or so is a good size. I already have one here, but the last thing to do is get a piece of marker tape or flag, tie it around the very top part of this fence. That way you can come back and check on your traps and